Hey guys, Garton97 again. This time with a review of the 144th scale high-grade Gundam Thunderbolt Gym. And as the grade insinuates, it's from the Gundam Thunderbolt manga. Also, one more thing that the grade seems to insinuate is that this is actually not a canonical mobile suit from the UC universe, but rather the Gundam Thunderbolt universe. And when we compare him next to the original Gym, well, it would be kind of a stretch to say that these two existed at the same time. I mean, they're wildly different for a mobile suit that's supposed to be the same. And yeah, and this difference is going to be even bigger when the Thunderbolt version here is completely suited up. And then, one more thing I immediately liked about this machine is it definitely is a Gym. When you look at this, you immediately know that's a Gym, looks like a Gym, but at the same time, completely different. I mean, it even starts up with the colors. We have some very nice, very subtle bluish green for the body here. We have a darker blue for these little color separations on the shoulder armor. There's even that same dark blue going on here beneath the arms, and then white for a lot of the machine. Then we have the same greenish blue for the top of the feet, and then the dark blue for the bottom of the feet. And one thing I also really liked is we have all those yellow thrusters there, and the little verniers on the shoulders. I mean, that's some really good attention to detail there, especially on the part of whoever designed this machine. Then also the color here is molded in plastic. What's more, we also get a very nice clear green visor, and then we get not gray, but actually a dark brown, which gives kind of a cloth feeling, like it's some kind of, yeah, a cloth covering up the joints, which is probably what it's supposed to represent, I believe. So yeah, and that's also got some really nice detail on there. Overall, that's very good. And then now we're getting onto the stickers. Some of you might be disappointed to hear that the yellow bits on top of the skirt armor, and also when I pop this up, you might be able to tell those are two green stickers, yellow stickers there as well. Yeah, you might be disappointed to hear that those are actually stickers, but then again, those are such small parts, I kind of doubt that they would give them as plastic parts anyways. And surprisingly enough, they stay on remarkably well. I haven't touched those since I finished it. Well, this the top part there was finished probably like 5 days ago. So in 5 days, they haven't peeled off significantly. It's like maybe if I go over it, yeah, I can push it a little bit, but so far those stickers do their job really well. Then we also have the V on his crotch, that is a sticker. The red of the main camera and the back camera is a sticker. This whole thing is also one big sticker. Then we have the brown ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. I might be a little bit disappointed that this is not a plastic part. It would have been kind of cool if this was actually able to move on this track. But yeah, as of now, you know, it wouldn't have been that difficult to just make this a brown piece, put the thruster in there, and then have it movable. That would have been a lot better in my opinion. And then, bringing up the sticker sheet here, we still have 2 more stickers, which are on here, the yellow ones, for the track of those shield arms. Then we're also getting, surprise, surprise, a very nice sheet of clear marking stickers. And these are really cool. I mean, when you look at this sticker sheet, this is exactly what you'd expect from a master grade. And when I turn it around, you see that this was already on that sticker, but now say you want to paint it, well, they still got you covered because these two are identical to that. So, if I'm gonna paint it, you just slap one of those on. But the one thing that was a little bit of a disappointment when I looked at this was, this is a mass production mobile suit and we're not getting numbers. Because, you know, when you have a mass production mobile suit, you want to make it your own mobile suit, right? And now we're gonna get on to, oh yeah, a few obvious stickers I forgot were the little thrusters here on the legs. And I think that these could have been done as a plastic part, you know, just one big slab of yellow plastic behind there with just like those 4 thrusters sticking out on each of the sides. I think that would have given it a little bit of a better effect, because now, well, they do their job, but it would have looked so much better if that was actual plastic. But now let's get on to something much better, the articulation. Head goes up, down, rotates around all the way, and when we move it up, it also reveals a little bit of very good attention to detail, because we don't just have a plastic, well, a polycap neck there. That's actually a piece of plastic that you put over the polycap neck. The same brown mesh thing as we have in the other joint. So that's really nice. Also goes a little bit forwards and backwards as usual. Arms rotate around, go forwards a little bit, backwards until they hit the back armor. Go up just on the ball joint quite a lot, and then they go up normally like that. Rotate around, bend at the elbow at 2 joints. Finally realized that 2 joints is in fact the way to go for a very nice bend there. Hands are on ball joints, wiggle around, turn around, do everything a ball joint does. More ball joints in the waist. We pull it out a little bit, forwards nicely, backwards nicely, and will also turn around. Put that back in there. Front skirts are molded together, but I think this is one of the first times ever that the manual explicitly mentions that you can separate them. They're finally telling us to do it. It goes up, and then the legs go nicely forwards. Backwards, of course, not quite as much, because that back skirt, well, what can you do really? It's the design of the machine itself. Go out really far until the side skirts pop out, and a little bit different here, they are on ball joints. Putting that back in there. Legs rotate around, bend at the knee at 2 joints for a nice bend. Then we have the feet here, who are on several joints. We have a ball joint at the top there, which is, and that's connected to a polycap, which is actually hinged too. So we get that much forward, and then we have another ball joint at the bottom of the feet, which gives it the usual gym flip-flop action. Not quite as much as you'd expect, because hey, this has 3 joints instead of the usual 2, but still, that is plenty of movement. And we of course also have movable ankle guard, side to side nicely, and also rotates around all the way. So as far as articulation goes, this is a very nice machine. And one piece of articulation I've already shown in the beginning, these shield these shield arms also go up and down, but these don't go back as far because they have an extra piece of plastic added there to make it kind of look realistic. But believe me, they do get more articulation once we add the extended versions. And actually, talking about those extended versions, let's immediately go on with the accessories. And since I was just talking about the shield arms, here are the shields we're getting. Look pretty good. We've got a nice interior shield. They move around here. A little bit of movement there. And then we spot hollow parts. But you know, it's not that much, only a little bit there. It does take away a little bit. But man, we have a little bit of articulation there, so I guess the hollowness isn't that big a deal. Or maybe it is when we turn it around. Hello, 1995 called. They want their hollow parts back right now. Seriously, parts like these, which are as hollow as the heart of the person who designed them, are inexcusable and unforgivable for a kit which was released at the end of 2013. Hollow parts were disappointing in older kits, but then you would say, well, it's an older kit. Thank God they don't pull that shit anymore with modern kits. Well, the gym here begs to differ. And also, if you're thinking, well, then I'll use the shield arms that we get with the full armor Gundam, well, tough luck. They did it with the Gundam 2. They are a different angle, but they're still hollow. But then again, I guess it is a good sign somehow, on the flip side, that this is my main complaint with this kit. Let's put them on here. But really, at the end of the day, this really doesn't fly in modern day. I mean, either you make them unarticulated and full, or you make them articulated and hollow. Because, you know, I could understand it if it was hollow when these were articulated, because, you know, you want to lower the weight so that it's not as much, well, so that they're not as flimsy as they would be. Then it would have been okay. But right now they're not articulated and they're hollow. Those are two big strikes against movable shield arms. But hey, I can't understand why they wouldn't want to make them movable, so I'm not really too upset about that. It's mainly the hollowness. Because I mean, seriously, these arms, if they were articulated, I guess they would have kind of been quite flimsy, especially when they're supposed to carry these shields, and then people would have complained that that those arms were just too flimsy, so you can't please everyone. The good news is that you can get them in a decent amount of poses, even though the arms themselves do not move. I mean, you can get them easily to the front, protect everything there, or you can get them to the back to protect the backpack. So you still get plenty of movement options and posing capabilities with those things. So at least props to that heartless guy with the hollow heart who designed them for that. Then let's move on, something better, the weapons. And this is yet another thing where this gym is completely different from the older gyms, because we're now getting a twin beam cannon. I mean, this looks a hell of a lot better, right? No hollow parts on this one at all. Oh no. It wasn't enough to give us two hollow parts. They had to go all the way and give us yet another hollow part. Then you just clip it on there. And I guess we're just gonna have to live with it. Also has two yellow stickers there for, well, I guess those are supposed to be the targeting sensors. And, well, it's still kind of visible, but not as visible as the other hollow parts. So I guess I'm just gonna have to forgive this, because it still looks just plain badass. I mean, a gym with a heavy-duty weapon like this is not something you see every day. Then we also get a weapon for the right hand. Of course, also comes with its own trigger finger. The upgraded version of the beam spray gun, and this is a hell of a lot bigger. Also, one really cool thing is, see if there's a little magazine in here. Same three magazines here in the back. Unfortunately, they are molded together. Well, they're not really molded together. They're three separate parts, but you have to click them together, so there's no... you can't exchange it. So would have been cool if you could do that like with the ground Gundams, but well, you can't win them all. And then those are all of the normal accessories you get with the gym. But there are two more things that you get. And those are the two shield connectors, in case that you don't want to use those hollow arms, and that you just want to connect the shields to the arms, to the normal arms, as you would a usual shield. And you do get the two pegs, so you can put it wherever you want. It goes into both of the arms. The one unfortunate thing is that these this double beam cannon goes into the same slot as the shield. So either you have the shield on the left arm or you have the double beam cannon on there. And you know, the decision for me was, let's say, pretty easy to make for me. Yeah, it is nice that they give you the option though. Some nice attention to detail. Would have been cool if you could just attach it to it. And then you just have like the beam cannon hybrid with a shield. But hey, those are all the accessories, and like I said in the beginning, this is now really quite different from a normal gym. Now, oh yeah, one final thing I think I forgot to mention is you have a little hole here which allows you to attach it to an action base or the stand that you get with the full armor Gundam, and also a little bit extra articulation there, forwards and backwards ever so slightly. And now let's see where I put that stand, all the way back there. Just pop it in there. But you do got to be a little bit careful, because when you have him arcing forward, there he goes. As always, the inevitable question is, do you want to buy this? And well, for 1,800 yen, yes. Mostly yes. Because articulation is really good. Accessories are also really nice. You get a lot of accessories. Or do you? We do not get beam sabers anywhere. It's not a problem with the model kit. I guess that the mobile suit simply doesn't come with beam sabers, but for a gym, it's a little bit of a disappointment. But hey, other than that, we do get two shields, we get those arms, even though they're hollow, we get the double beam cannon, even though it's hollow, and then we're getting the beam rifle slash the beam spray gun. So our accessories also really good. And most importantly of it all is, it just looks plain awesome. I guess it's really a very kind of bulky in a good way, especially for a gym. So the most important thing of it all is, it's definitely going to look good on your shelf. But then of course, there are also a few, well, I wouldn't really call them problems, more like annoyances. Like I've already made abundantly clear, we have hollow parts. Don't think I'm going to say anything more about them. Everything I thought has been said. So yeah, there you have it. Hollow parts. Damn it. Then some more little things. I mean, you have the E-cap on the beam rifle that can't be exchanged, even though you do have the spare ones there. You have a few stickers which could have been parts. You know, just those little things which would have made the model awesome. But hey, 1,800 yen for something like this. And oh yeah, of course, we don't get markings. Well, we don't get number stickers, which would have also been really great. But overall, those little annoyances aside, especially if you can get over them, or if you don't really mind them that much, like the hollow parts, if you say, hey, I'm just going to fill them up, then this is definitely an awesome kit for 1,800 yen. And really, I'm looking forward to building the other Gundam Thunderbolt ones. As long as I don't have too many hollow parts, I think I'm really gonna enjoy building the rest of them. And for a few size comparisons, immediately starting off with the gym, and look at how different they are now. Like I said in the beginning, when it's all suited up, the difference is even bigger. Here is next to actually the bulkiest gym of the lot, the Gym Cannon 2. And well, they are bulky in completely different ways. But unfortunately for this little guy, even though it's a nice looking thing, I still don't think that he's my favorite gym of the bunch. But still, pretty good looking. And then finally, for some odd reason, I want to compare him to this Zaku. No idea why. And since we're talking about Zakus anyways, here is the Zaku 3. And while in bulk, seems like the Zaku 3 still beats out the gym. And that's all for this review. See you guys next time.